If you trade meme coins, you're probably thinking of how you can buy a meme coin at the bottom and sell at the top. Well, it is not 100% possible to time the exact bottom and top of a particular meme coin, except like you are an insider of that particular meme coin. But with what I will be showing you in this video, you should be able to tell if this is coming lower or it's going to go higher. And with that information, you should be able to make money for yourself always when trading meme coins. So if you find content like this interesting, then make sure to like this video right now and subscribe to this channel, and let's get started. Alright, so this is Dexscreener.com, and let's try to do some analysis with some coins so you could be able to understand what I'm talking about. Let's use this first coin to give this example. Alright, so if you look at this coin right here, the name of this coin is called Refund Your Soul RYS, which is currently trading at $1 million market cap. I actually know Refund Your Soul as a platform I use on the Solana blockchain. I just found out they launched their coin yesterday and it's been doing really well. If you look at this chart right here, what should be your best entry point and your exit point for this particular coin? I'm going to reduce it to smaller time frame since the coin is a lot smaller, and let me make it full pitch so you see it's quite big better. All right, if you look at this coin right here, it got created from pump.fun, had this beautiful run up to from 50 something K straight to 217K, and it came down. For me, whenever I trade meme coin, if I'm online, I will be able to spot this coin this very first 5 minutes it got created. Why? Because I'm always staring at the charts when I'm trading, except like when I'm not trading and then my laptop is closed, I won't see it. But let's say I was online and then I found this using different terminals I used to trade. I would be able to buy this coin at this very first minute, right? And then I've had this first move up to the 212K, and then it had this downtrend, right? The reason why I'll be buying this coin again at this price is probably because I know these guys, right? And this is their Twitter page right here. So I know these guys, and they are kind of like a credible platform on Solana. And I've actually found that this is 19 hours ago. They've posted that they actually launched their token, which makes it legit, not like their Twitter account got hacked and then someone created a token for them. This is confirmed that this is their token. I'll obviously be buying at these prices, obviously, because there is not a lot of downside from this price down there. There's not a lot of downside. I mean, if I'm buying at 50K market cap for 53K market cap, for instance, at 25K, I've only lost 50% of my money. So that's not going to drive me insane completely. But this is for someone that is quite early. So what if you're not very, very early and then it had this beautiful run like this to the upside to up to $1 million and then started dumping? One thing I want you to notice is whenever a token is moving, sometimes it moves in line with market cap. You can see this token had a beautiful run to 1 million and then started dropping. Now, why did it drop from 1 million? It's not like that should be the top. It's simple. This is a psychological top for this coin. I can show you other psychological top. We look at here right here, you can see at 500K, it got to 500K, it retraced back to 300 something K. This is also a psychological top. It's just a psychological. So these numbers, 100K is a psychological top, 50K is a psychological top. So how do you identify numbers that are kind of like psychological top? So there's no exact way to identify, but how I actually look at it is, if I'm buying a coin, let's say at 20K market cap, for instance, and let's say the coin has not bonded yet, it's still on pump fund. At 50K, I know that is a psychological top, but the major psychological top I look at for is the bonding curve. Most tokens, when they get to the bonding curve, they dump instantly. I wouldn't want to hold my token till it bonds completely. Let's say bonding curve is around 60K market cap. At 55K, I've sold my tokens and I'm out. The reason why I did that is because I know once it bonds, other persons are going to dump their token from that place, and most times, most of the tokens actually crash really hard. Once they get listed on PumpSwap, they crash really hard. Then it's not like they're not going to go up again, but most times they have that little downtrend before they start going up again. So back to psychological top. Another one I'll look at for is 100K. 200K is kind of another one. 250K also, it's kind of like a psychological top. Then 500K, 1 million. So I would say every 500K added is like, but like the major ones I'll be looking at for is 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, then 50 million, 100 million, and even in between, so all 75 million, 80 million, those guys could also form psychological top. But like the major ones, 100 million, 200 million, 150 million, 500 million, just like that continuously. So these are like a psychological top. So if you're able to memorize the major ones you need, 100K, 500K, 1 million, 5 million, 10 million, 50 million, 100 million, you're actually good to go. Now, if I wanted to buy this token, for instance, if it had that this beautiful run first, and then I'm waiting to enter, I won't be buying here, because this is actually like kind of like me top blasting this coin, except like I know that it's going to go a lot higher, or I'll have opportunities to buy the dip, and that's why I would start buying this coin. But if not, I'll wait for retracement. And for me, this retracement he had there is not sufficient. It's not sufficient for me. This is 0.5 region, which is fine. But for me, meme coins, I wait for 0.6 and most times 0.7 region, which it did not achieve 0.6 region. Other persons, for other coins, I would actually buy at 0.5 region. So you can actually see that you won't actually be right every time when you predict that this coin is going to retrace to these regions. These are kind of like these are Fibonacci regions, but like they're kind of psychological too in a way. So it only came to 0.5 region and started going up. Now I would have missed this train on this one, but what happened? This coin had this beautiful run to 1 million, and then let's say I've not bought this coin because I'm assuming that, man, I'm buying the top. I don't want to buy the top. What am I going to do? At this price right here, let me show you. What did you notice here? You notice that this coin went to 1 million, retraced back to 350k. But what did you see? This came to 0.6 region, which is my perfect region to buy this coin. And my ultimate best is 0.7 region. But if you can look right here, it did not touch 0.7 region. So what I would have done is at 0.6 region, let's say I had $500 to buy this coin, for instance, I would just throw in like $250 here and the remaining $250 here, and then I'll hold it and set my stop loss depending on how I want to trade it. And that's it. So this is one way to get a very good entry point, and those psychological number could also form the numbers you exit a particular trade. So I know you've been enjoying some of the things I've been saying in this video, but you can actually learn more from my cryptocurrency and meme coin mastery course. The website to access that course is uchecrypto.com. Go to the website right now and purchase the course. I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. So let's go further to look at this. Now, another thing I also consider is support and resistance. As simple as it sounds, it works perfectly well. I'm going to give you another example with one coin I found recently, which is called Fitcoin. Even though I'm not holding this coin, but you can see I have a drawing here already. Let me just take out this drawing. Okay, no need for that drawing. So this is Fitcoin right now. What did you notice? I'm going to put this on full page and let me reduce the time frame so it looks quite bigger for you to see. Now, what did you notice? This coin retraced down to this region here. This is your support, and this was when I found the coin. I knew this coin before now, but 2 days ago I was trying to buy it at this price. I don't know, I delayed a little and then started moving up, so I was like, damn, let me just wait for retracement, only for it to I think it moved up like 100% from when I saw it here. So but what did you notice? This coin went up, came back, tested this region and went back up, came back to the same region. So this is kind of like a very, very strong support for this particular coin. It's no brainer. I will be buying this coin anytime it gets back here. I will legit be buying this coin anytime it gets back to this region, because it's kind of like strong. Although sometimes a coin could still break this support region, but you know, that is why you have stop loss. That is why you actually have stop loss. So this here looks like a very good support. You could also identify resistance for this particular coin. I think like this region here is kind of like a resistance. There's a slide of a resistance around this region, because if you look right here, it came and then it touched here, came down, touched here, came down. So if I wanted to trade within the range, for instance, so let me draw some resistance points for this coin. This here is a very good resistance. That's how many touches? 2 touches, more than 2 touches actually. So this region here, it touched there, it almost got there. So I can use either rectangle or this. I think I like rectangle a lot because it makes it quite clearer for you and not just thinking that okay, you just have to wait for this particular line to get activated or something. So I'll take out the line down. Okay, so I have this resistance here. I can also Command Z clone. How do you clone this? Clone. I can also pick out another one and put it somewhere. This region right here looks like another good resistance point. although you could spot some resistance here, but not completely major like this one. If you want to make it quite accommodative, I'm not sure it's going to make your, if you want to make it accommodative, then your region looks very, very big. I don't like it to look very big like this, so I want it to actually be decent and small, so you don't make your region very, very big. All right, so I can also use a rectangle for this region here. If you want the rectangle, it's fine. If you want this, is also fine. So this gives me a very clear picture that if I'm buying here, I expect that when this is going up, I should be taking profit somewhere at the top, somewhere around there. Quite easy, right? Now, and then if it breaks above here, most likely I should also be taking profit. Keep in mind that your psychological region still applies. Always have that in mind. So this is just another strategy you can actually apply. So this here gives me a beautiful representation, and I can actually trade it anytime I want to trade it. Simple as ABCD. Talked about entry points a lot, so let's focus on exit. How do you know the exact points to start leaving some of this trade? First is psychological region, which I've talked about. Second is your resistance point, which this is the second one I just pointed. So the third method I actually use is RSI. Although this coin is relatively new, so it wouldn't work perfectly on this coin, but let me use another coin which is quite old, because the longer the data, the easier you get some of these numbers. I'm going to use Bonk. One thing you need to know is the overbought and the oversold region. So whenever a coin is in the oversold region, it's actually like a very good entry for some of the coin, especially if not any random coin, but like if the coin has a community around it and the team are still pushing. And once it's in the overbought region, it's actually time for it to start exiting. Now, what did you notice? To find this RSI, just click on this indicator and set your RSI, and then click on it, this one here, and then it's going to pop up like this. Now let me make this a full page. This is the daily time frame. What you will notice is when this coin got to this region here, this is the top for this coin. It went to $4.6 billion. This was the overbought region right here. You would have, if you had held this coin quite early, let's say you bought at this oversold region right here, which is here, which was on the 5th of August, right here. You can see this was almost like the best entry point for you, although you might not get the entry at this point, maybe a little slightly above it. Now, if you've been holding this coin for that long, the moment you start seeing that this coin is entering the overbought region, that's when you would have started taking profit. Even at this point here, it actually crossed the overbought region. Well, let's see how many percent move was from here to this point. Was 100% move, which if you wanted to take profit, you should have taken profit. And right here, you had this move down to the oversold region. Yeah, you'd have actually still hopped in, although it wasn't the perfect one. Is when you're sitting on this line very well, but if it's very close, it's also very, very good. And sometimes if it crosses above that line, that's perfect. Here you can see it actually crossed the overbought region, and that is why it was the best point you can start cutting some of your profit from this particular coin. Now, what did you notice at some of these regions right here? Now, this is not going to predict it 100% because at this point it actually appeared to be in the oversold region, but this was not the bottom, because look at right here, this coin only moved up a little bit and then started coming down the more. So you won't actually be right with this 100%. That is why you need to combine this strategy alongside multiple strategies I've talked about, and that way you should be able to find yourself the best entry point for this coin. So this is basically a few ways you can actually enter and exit a trade. And with this, at your overbought region, you sell. At your oversold region, you actually think of buying, especially if the coin has a community. Remember, meme coins relies on community. It is very, very important. Don't go and buy a dead meme coin and think it's going to go up because it's quite down or something. You have to be very, very calculative when you're buying this any particular coin at all, especially meme coin. So guys, this is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it so far and you found value from it. If you did, make sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel. And if you want to learn more about how you can start making money from cryptocurrencies and meme coins, then sign up for my cryptocurrency and DeFi mastery course. The course is available on the website uchecrypt.com. I'm going to leave the link to that in the description. And I will see you in my next video. Bye for now.